Anyway, we're on to the January 1st Bowls. Big game, noon Eastern on January the 1st. Outback Bowl, Mississippi State versus Iowa at noon on ESPN2. There's another one played at Raymond James with the Bucks play. Who you got, Steve? Outback Bowl, Mississippi State, Iowa.
I'm not a fan of anything from Mississippi, so I'm going to go with Iowa.
I feel like you were going to get racist just then. I don't know why.
Yeah, I had that feeling too.
It was tipping.
Yeah, screw Iowa. I'll take Nick Fitzgerald and Mississippi State.
Oh, okay. Wow. Mississippi State has 2 for Mississippi. No, wait, Steve wanted Iowa.
I wanted Iowa.
Yeah, he doesn't like anything from Mississippi State racially.
He likes the fat white boys from Iowa better.
Give him okay.
Yes, much better.
Outback Bowl, Mississippi State, Iowa. BV, who you got?
Middle of the road SEC team beats middle of the road Big Ten team pretty much every time because Big Ten sucks pretty hard. So Mississippi State won't be particularly close. 2 touchdowns.
Iowa shows up in bowl games. Don't know why.
But they can't wave to the kids from Tampa, Florida, at the third quarter where we had to put the children's hospital. Screw the Big Ten. Give me Mississippi State.
Well, first off, everyone's confused in that bowl because Michigan's usually in the Gator Bowl. So
that's true.
We're the Wolverines.
They usually have a lock on that bowl. You're right.
So since Michigan's not there, everyone's confused.
So Steve, because he doesn't like Mississippi for racial reasons,
It's
took
not
Iowa.
for racial reasons.
The rest of us.
Well, no, Mississippi State's another one. They're going to challenge Alabama. They're going to give
Yeah,
Alabama
they get smoked,
Alabama walks there and thumps them by 50.
Steve's
And
got a lot
then
of
they
issues
always
with listening to hype.
What was that during the draft? Was it Mississippi State with the lineman that had the gas mask on that was putting weed through it?
That was Ole Miss.
Ole Miss.
Your Mississippi's confused.
I told you, everything in Mississippi sucks.
I'm telling you, it's racial. Gotta go, folks. Listen, January 1st at 1 o'clock on ABC, the VRBO Citrus Bowl. Kentucky, Penn State, 1 o'clock. Camping World Stadium again. 3 bowl games from Orlando, Florida. Who you got in the VRBO or Vacation Rentals by Owner Citrus Bowl?
It's literally a timeshare. Is that what
that's
that is?
where we rent our houses from.
Oh my God!
Kentucky versus Penn State. Who you got?
I don't believe in Kentucky. They were rolling good and then got thumped. Give me Penn State.
Steve takes Penn State. Wiggs, who you got?
I hate both of these teams equally. Like you said, Kentucky was hyped up all year. They can run the ball. They can't throw it worth a damn. They got a good defense, but James Franklin's a terrible coach at Penn State. So screw Penn State. I'll take Kentucky.
Ooh, Wiggs.
Someone doesn't like Penn State in the room.
Yeah. Captain Big Ten, no less.
Yeah, he was touched.
VRBO Citrus Bowl, BV. Kentucky, Penn State. Who you got?
Kentucky is really good until they play good teams and then they get bounced. Fortunately for them, Penn State is not a good team, so I'm going with Kentucky.
Kentucky for BV. I'm actually going against my rule. I'm going to take Penn State.
Big Ten team. You take Penn State.
Sell out?
I need the points this late.
Way to go against your beliefs.
Screw the Big Ten still.
Except for Penn State.
You're going to take another Big Ten team coming up.
Oh, okay. All right. So we're still on the first. We got the PlayStation for Steve, the Fiesta Bowl. 1 o'clock on the first. Number 11 LSU. Number 8 Central Florida from State Farm Stadium, Glendale, Arizona. Who you got, Steve, in the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl versus LSU versus Central Florida?
First off, wasn't this hosted by Tostitos not too long ago?
Yep. Couldn't afford it.
PlayStation just snuck in there. UFC won't have their quarterback, correct?
UCF.
I
don't know about the UFC.
UFC,
well, his knee, he almost lost his leg.
Yeah,
that
guy's career's done.
He's going to be happy to walk.
Yeah.
LSU does have the coach. No one can understand from Waterbury. I'm going to go to that. I'll take LSU.
You know, this is one of those tricky games for me. This game reminds me of Oklahoma Boise.
Yeah, it does.
Auburn last year with them. It's like LSU's got good defense. I don't trust their offense. I think UCF has everything to play for. I'm going to go with them.
The Fighting Maxwells.
Wow.
I mean, because it's like LSU's like they're going to be there, go through the motions, whatever.
So
and this is a team that's going to come out and want to prove something that we got left out again. We're undefeated.
Their quarterback's knee exploded.
But I mean,
they barely beat Memphis with like God's will at the end. I mean,
hey,
okay.
I'm not betting my mortgage on it, but I'm just saying.
It's his pick. Leave him alone.
Okay. Yeah, wow. All right, BP, who you got in the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl? Number 11 LSU versus number 8 UCF.
Well, LSU does have Farmer Fran, so that's kind of hard to.
Who the hell's Farmer?
From
Fran?
Waterboy.
Is that the guy from Waterboy? Okay, I didn't know his actual name. That's pretty good.
Yeah. See, I'm conflicted the way I think Wiggs was conflicted because this is one of those classic, highly ranked team end of year collapses because they thought they had a chance to play possibly in a playoff, and the next thing you know they dropped the game against. They get beat soundly by Bama. They dropped that 7 overtime game against A&M. They could very easily just come into this without a whole lot of interest and without really being ready to play. And if they do, they'll lose. I'm going to just hope because I think if they play with any kind of urgency at all, they'll win. But you know what? I'm taking UCF too. Although I don't feel good about it.
On the basis of LSU doesn't care.
Yes.
Based on the fact that, because it's one of those things that
That's how most those
I was
teams
waiting
are.
for him to give 72 reasons and then take LSU. I was waiting for that.
No, I just, I'm on the fence on this. I guess I'll take UCF.
I'm going to take LSU big. I think LSU is going to smoke them. I don't know. That's where I'm going to get with the difference.
There is a potential for an upset there, but I like LSU.
I like LSU. Wiggs and BV went to Central Florida. That's probably our most compelling bowl that we'll have to check out, and that's on the 1st at 1 o'clock on ESPN. All right, so moving forward, now we're at 5 o'clock on the 1st. We got a huge Rose Bowl.
The granddaddy of them all.
That's right.
Where all the Buckeye fans claimed that they were just as happy to be in the Rose Bowl.
They're all lying.
Yeah.
So anyway,
avocado.
on the 1st, 1 o'clock or 5 o'clock ESPN, Rose Bowl game presented by Northwestern Mutual. Number 9 Washington versus number 6 Ohio State. From Rose Bowl in Pasadena. Steve, who you got?
Now,
Washington,
this
Ohio
is
State.
one where I fully believe if you don't take Ohio State, you are just in spite.
I am going to go against my Big Ten.
I watched that Friday night game. Washington's a nice team, but they don't have the offense to compete with Ohio State. I like Ohio State, and probably pretty easily, 31-10.
Wiggs, as if we got to ask you, who you
Yeah,
got?
you don't gotta ask. I just hope the right team shows up.
Well, that would be
We
my
have a
so-
championship caliber team that only played championship caliber football once, and that was against Michigan.
Well, it's a good time to have it, though.
Yeah, but I mean, these are these
So
bowl
then, but
games.
is
where-
your LSU theory going to come
no,
in here?
I don't. I don't.
So somehow
think so.
Urban can get him to play, but Orgeron can't.
This could be Urban's last game.
He's
So
gonna
I
get carried
mean,
out the field.
yeah,
Stop.
He's gonna die
in a
of brain
stretcher
cyst.
maybe, but I mean, I can't.
All right.
I can't
Buckeyes, 2-0 Buckeyes. BB, who you got in the Rose Bowl presented by Northwestern Mutual? Washington, Ohio State.
This sucks because this is one of those games. This is going to be one of those games where Ohio State comes out. They just completely put everything together. They beat the living crap out of Washington, and all you're going to hear for the next 6 months is, "We got screwed. We were clearly better than we should have been in the playoffs. Blah, 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 blah. Look what we did to Washington." And it will make no difference whatsoever. But I'm going to say I'm betting they drop 50 on Washington in this game.
Yeah, I think it's going to
Don't
be.
lose by 30 at Purdue, and you'd be playing in top 4. So that's all there is to it.
And I'm going to go against my rule. I got to go with Ohio State.
Come on! I knew it, you bastard. Take Washington, you.
I'm not taking Washington.
At least you know Charles will fold under pressure. So
Exactly. Big Ten blows, but give me the Nittany Lions and the Buckeyes.
I thought I was the one that couldn't suspend reality.
All right. So we're in the last bowl according to ESPN. On the
last
first,
one.
8:45 in the Superdome, Allstate Sugar Bowl. Number 15 Texas versus number 5 Georgia. 8:45 on ESPN from New Orleans. Who you got, Steve? Texas, Georgia.
I'm just going to say Texas are giant frauds.
Yeah.
Whatever they scraped together this year is all fraudulent. I mean, they somehow pulled a miracle against Oklahoma. They got owned by Maryland. Georgia's going to win by 70. I got Georgia.
I'm with you on this one. Horns down. Georgia's going to roll Texas.
Oh, my God.
Screw Tom Herman and
I
all the
think
rest.
we're going to have a hard, clean
70
sweep.
to 10.
Dude, it's going to be rough. Who you got?
And this is what
BB,
the
in
season ends on, is this game?
All-State Sugar Bowl. Well, this is the national championship. Who you got, BV? Texas, Georgia, as if I have to ask.
Well, yeah, and the thing is the only thing I can't decide here is whether Georgia or Ohio State is going to put up the most points. This is going to be an old-fashioned mollywhopping. It's not going to be.
It's going to be a squash match, isn't it?
So let's go.
Yeah, this is going to be like watching Sid Vicious come down to the ring to wrestle against like some guy and then powerbomb him, make him put him on the stretcher, and then beat him off the stretcher while he's on it. Drop elbows on him to beat his ass on the stretcher. This is horrible. This is like they might go for the pin and then do like the Bundy 5 count.
So BB's got Texas. Everyone in the room.
Texas.
I don't think anyone's going to even think it's going to be Georgia huge. I don't know.
I mean, unless they catch a sleeping giant and Georgia's pissed off and feel like they should be in the playoff, that's the only chance Texas has.
Oh my god!
And they pull out like 37 trick plays, and they just start it with that. It's going to be
so. That's your 2018 bowl season